It's
were
kind of weird. Yeah, it's kind of weird because Arax just comes like once a year just to bring like one Demonfall update and just leaves.
He was a lot more
Like,
active when the community was smaller, and then it blew up, and then he just kind of like slowed down until like he paused, you know?
yeah, apparently, one of my friends are telling me that once he got all the income and money from the game passes, he just like left to go be with his family. Like he just gave up on the game.
Well, that's honestly respectable. He made the game mostly out of fun, and then it blew up to the point where he was able to make a lot of money off of it. And you know, he used that money. He bought a different house. He did some moving. He used it on his family. I mean, honestly, I'd say it's respectable for him to do that.
Yeah, honestly, I'd say it's reasonable. Now, if we talk about Firex, the owner of Holy Wars, he said if he had access to update the game, that he would. He would actually update it daily, like every Friday.
Yeah.
Because if we think about it, Holy Wars is getting updated like every 2 Fridays. Era, when was the last time Demonfall was updated? With some Hontangu and Swamp.
Yeah, that was like the last updated, yeah.
Now, let's be reason. We're missing like what? 20 something more blood arts. I'm pretty sure we're missing flower breathing. That's the only one we're missing.
That's the one he was about to add in this new update and then decided not to.
I'm pretty sure he's waiting for the manga to come out. Or the anime version.
Yeah, that's right, the manga's finished.
It seems like what he's doing is like when season 3 wasn't it Entertainment District season 2 of Demon Slayer?
Yeah.
Okay, for season 3, I'm pretty sure he's gonna come back on, update the game with flower breathing, probably Enmu's BBA, along with which other one, Nakami or something.
It's possible.
Because if we think about
he might just do an update, just like when he feels like, once he gets to it, I feel like he might. I doubt he waits for the next anime episodes to come out.
Because if we're being honest, he totally skipped out on Mugen Train update along with the Enmu BDA, if we're being honest. He skipped out on it.
Yeah, I know. I don't think he cared much about it. You know, I'm pretty sure he's working on a different game, though, which is why he's not focusing on Demonfall.
Yeah, when I looked at the studios, he's working on 2 projects.
Yeah, so that's probably why. He's probably not dedicating much time to Demonfall. It's like a dead game. You know, he's already worked on it. I doubt he wants to continue working on it. He probably just wants to move on. Because, you know, he said this is like the first game that he really made that especially got big. So there's probably a lot of scripting errors, you know, that would be just difficult to work with and fix. So that might contribute to why.
Now, if we think about it, he said that the final story mission for Demons had lots of bug errors. It was lagging a lot. So maybe that could be why. The game's too big, and it's him working on the game only. Like, it's just him.
Yeah.
Now, if you think about it, if he let his developer, Alphirex, work on the game with him also, just imagine how big it will be right now also.
Yeah, because Alpharex really does put in the work.
He really does care about Demonfall and Holy Wars.
Well, that's his project, you know.
Yep. And if we think about Project Slayers, that game was real big. Project Slayers died very quickly though, within like the first month.
I didn't really like Project Slayer's combat much.
And now, I can compare Demonfall's mobile combat to Project Slayers. Here's why. Project Slayers, you hit the NPC, the damage doesn't count.
No, I feel like that wasn't. It was weird, you know. I really like Demonfall combat. I think it's one of like, the best combats there is for Roblox games like this that are like sword fighting based. You get your skills, you can use them. You know, you got cooldowns, of course, pretty basic stuff. But the stun and like the fighting mechanics, I really like. I have the shoulder bash, the lunging. It's something that you don't have in like Project Slayers.
Now, if we're thinking about the level up, for compared to Demonfall and Project Slayers, of course you will say Demonfall is easier once you're like Prestige 5 and above. Same thing with skills. When it comes to skills for Project Slayers and Demonfall, For Project Slayers, it takes hell of work to grind just to get new skill. And when we think about sunbreathing, Project Slayers is just doing this with sunbreathing. You need to be Kamado to get it, and only Kamado.
Well, that makes sense in my opinion. It's taught in the Kamado family bloodline. I
Yeah,
mean, it
but
makes it less enjoyable, like, in the game, but it makes more sense, you know, which I respect that, you know, if you want to make your game make more sense based on the anime, then you could do that.
yeah, if we think about Demonfall, you can get sunbreathing. Thing is, it take away 5 raw HP from Kamado.
Yeah, and then the big skill, the Dragon Halo Sundance thing, takes 10.
Yep. Now if we think about it, Demonfall sunbreathing, it takes you precisely what 90 levels to get without Kamado. Somewhere around there. With Prestige 10 also. If you have Kamado, it will take you less skill points by like what? 8.
As a Kamado, you can get it at Prestige 9. If you're not Kamado, you need Prestige 10 to get everything.
Yep. That's the thing. And if you're Prestige 1 Kamado, that's gonna be real hard for you with sunbreathing. Because you're gonna be spending every 5 levels you get just to get a move. When I started playing Demonfall, I got sunbreathing within Prestige 9. Then when they had the raw update, I went to put water. I used white potions. I got Kamado Prestige 10. That's when I actually got sunbreathing on level 1. Well, I took level 50. I went before they updated the 5 raw HP, and before they added requirements.
Yeah, it was best to have like Kanroji with Kamado, which he didn't really like, which is why he added the backsplash damage. I think it's best to have Kamado. I don't like the backsplash, especially if you're just casually using it. Like, let's say you're doing it against like NPCs. It really sucks. You have to waste a lot more food and get more money, you know.
Yeah, and if we think about Moon Kanroji, yeah, it's OP. It really is. If we think about why can't it be the same with like Tokito, because Tokito can get moon breathing before they update the whole thing.
Yeah, I remember that. He completely removed that, I think, about the Tokito being able to get moon without prestiging. It was stupid too. Why would you want to get moon without any prestige points? You cannot like invest into anything.
Yeah, you really can't. No, moon breathing is best at like prestige 9 or 10, but I would say prestige 10 if you want to get everything.
I'm pretty sure it's prestige 8.
Possibly. But they kinda did the thing with Tokito, like, you get moon breathing, you don't have to spend like points for the first move, it just gives it to you. So yet again, the Titsukuni clan, that's only for admins, like no one can get it. Only Dark Ninja has it.
Yeah, which makes sense. I mean, the clan gives you like infinite health and like infinite stamina. It's like 800 stamina and like 800 health and 500 stamina. That's insane.
No, if they were to release it as a clan, that thing will be more rare for than Commodore. It'll probably be like a 0.001% chance of getting. I'm
Yeah, I
pretty
feel
sure
like
the
it'd be
boss.
cool to make it public, but definitely not as strong as is. Just make the Yorichi spec its own thing, with being incredibly strong, not the clan. Make the clan be separate, you know, maybe get you like some health buffs, some extra stamina, you know, some other cool stuff like that, maybe clan exclusive, but not as it is on the spec, because otherwise it would be like a requirement for PvP to use.
Yeah.
I mean,
If Titsukuni was a clan, I'm pretty sure it'll give like a 50%. No, it wouldn't be 50, like a 30% HP buff. Like add on 30 more HP, probably like 50 more stamina. Pretty sure like 10% more damage. You know, access to 13th form. That could be a possibility. But Arox, he thinks that he just puts it OP for like Dark Ninja and YouTuber series and stuff. Because as
I
we're
should have got
speaking,
access to it, bro.
Because as we're thinking, the only YouTubers that have access to it is Red Weeb, Oratix, a lot of other YouTubers. But if we're thinking about it, why don't you have the spec? You should also have access to it.
Exactly. No, it's because it's Dark Ninja's account and he chooses who to give access to.
Then
So Dark
again,
Ninja, he's the one that bought the spec for like, what was it, 500 bucks? And then he chose who to give access to.
yeah. And with another upcoming Demon Slayer game, I bought the Demon King Tanjiro, that's which is the most expensive spec, for around what? 400 bucks, 500? Yeah,
You
won
bought
the
a
game.
spec for $400?
Yeah, it's Demon King Tanjiro.
You bought that for $400 in a Roblox game.
Yeah, because like who would like they offered me to, and because I'm a developer for it, the original price for it was $12,000. They
Oh,
gave
that is
me a
so
discount.
bizarre.
Yeah, but
12,000. No one's paying $12,000 unless you're like some multi-millionaire that just decides they like the game. I mean, holy crap, 12 grand for a
yeah,
spec.
and the models like some of the models we currently have. Personally, I made these. I really don't think that they're gonna get better in the future.
I also sent you some of the models that I had. That's what I've been planning to make it kind of look like.
That's nice. For some reason. All right, let me resend. That's gonna be for one of the purple moves. It's not the icons, it's the actual moves and studio with dark background.
That's nice.
This is my personal favorite. Of course, I am gonna be revamping them, making them look way better.
Honestly, it looks good as is right now, so I see how you improve it.
Of
Actually, I
course.
think that bottom one is really cool. What's it gonna be like, and what's the attack called? Oh, that's some cool
That
coloring. That looks nice.
flower, personal favorite. That one with the like, it looks like a typhoon. That one, it's actually gonna be bigger. Like when you do the move, like your sword's gonna be swinged. Once you do the slash, it's gonna be a huge moon slash with multiple moon slashes hitting the ground and your opponents.
That's nice. What's the combat gonna be like in the game?
The combat's gonna be good. It's gonna be like Demonfall but better.
So how
Every
do you mean,
hit,
like, what do you mean Demon Fallen better?
we're gonna add. So you know how you can't parry like it's hard in Demonfall. Like
You
even if
can't
you try.
parry what?
For this one, you can parry attacks. You can parry them. You could perfect block them, and if you perfect block, you will stun your enemies. Cause the way we're working it, like once you perfect block it, you'll like sweep them from the legs, then um elbow them down to the ground, and that's when you could actually do damage to them.
Okay, so you're gonna add parrying to skills. Are there gonna be skills that like can't be parried, or is it gonna
Yes,
all just be?
there are going to be skills that can't be parried. Some of them are, some of them aren't. Mostly the better ones aren't, and some of them could be block breakers, and you'll stun them for a while.
All right.
Once you block break someone, like they'll stay stunned for 10 seconds. For Tengu, we have already like a cool design ready for the Wood Dragon. So you know how Demonfall, you swoop up, then the Wood Dragon comes, right?
Yeah.
With this one, you roar, then like the Wood Dragons come out of the ground attacking. For the scream, it's gonna be the Huntengu scream for the anime. You just stand there and scream. You will stun your opponents also. Then once they're stunned, you could attack them rapidly. We also are gonna have comboing systems.
All right.
Mist breathing is gonna be the best combo breathing. Put it be right there.
It's gonna be, what do you call it all over again? Demon Fall. With Mist having insane combos. No, it'd be like Stone then, I would assume. Stone's combo is like an 8 skill combo. It's absolutely insane. Brody died. Oh no. Well, as he's not here, let me give this a minute to say thank you all for watching and joining me here. Very long video, I know. It's gonna be like an hour's worth. Call it a mini baby podcast if you.
We could do daily podcast every day or
Maybe
every
not
Friday.
daily, but at least maybe once a week or maybe more if possible.
Two,
On
maybe,
Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm mostly unavailable in the afternoon because I have Krav Maga classes, and go figure. I get out of school, I need to do work, and then I go to Krav Maga. Not much time that day. But on other days, like Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and the weekends, I don't really have much planned after my school, apart from doing some work, and that's about it.
so weekends we could do some on the weekdays also.
Yeah, like I said, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for weekdays, I could probably do it. Tuesdays and Thursdays, maybe, but I'd really be stretching my schedule a bit. It'd have to be in the afternoon, because I get home right around. Go figure. I go to class around 8 p.m. It's
Yeah, I go
45
to
minutes
class.
long.
Yeah, I had some. I in my school, I'm a developing class myself.
Oh, that's cool.
My
What
hours
am I
are
more?
very tight.
Like, well, you go on.
The
Alright,
time
so
I have to get there is 7. To set up class, I have to get done by not 8.
okay. So we're lined up pretty similar then. I can probably get on at 9 o'clock my time. It's
Same.
7:50 for me right now. So go figure. You can do it like an hour. That's like an hour past right around now.
Yeah, we have the same time zone.
Oh, that's convenient. That's really convenient actually.
hmm I'll get my planner to see when's the next like what's next for the update or for our game
For which game?
for my Demon Slayer game. Um, the next things to come are sun breathing.
So
That's
that's
the
your
main
next
one.
plan is Sun.
For sun breathing. That's going to be the main one we're going to be working on because sun breathing is going to be the hardest.
Okay. I would assume so, yeah. With Moon probably being second hardest.
If we talk about demon arts, it's going to be Muzan's art, Demon Tanjiro's art, then the rest.
Alright, I see you.
Yep. If I can, I'll show you another sneak I made. Let me just find it real quick. You ready?
Yeah, send it my way.
This is going to be the effects for some of the breathings. Let me get the UIL because these I personally like working on them.
There's not much I can do with this bug.
Alright.
I don't want to leave because I have to make another recording.
Yep. I'm currently working on 2 Demon Slayer games, but one of them is mostly already done.
2? What's the other
Yep.
one?
Dawn of Calamity. Here you go. There's one of the links. Let me get my planner again to get the others. That's gonna be the effects.
Alright, take a look.
The effects are gonna get more designed and detailed as we're working on. We already revamped the arrow one.
These look nice though.
So what I did for arrows, when the arrow hits you, you're gonna be hit from both the behind and the back with big sparks of blood because the arrow is piercing through your skin. It's gonna
Okay,
send.
that's cool.
Yeah, one of the moves I like, I made, I called it arrow crash. So the arrow hits you, it will send you up very high, and it will crash you down on the ground.
Yeah, that's what vector art is really all about, sending people all over the place, up in the air, slamming them out. It's a cool
For
art.
for the ball art, I can't even pronounce it. The last move will be my personal favorite. You grow. It's gonna be like the anime. You grow 6 arms, right?
Hmm.
Each arm you get a ball. The M1s will be awesome. You throw both balls, but they will come back to your hand, so they will just come swooping back.
Oh, please don't make the Tamari like it is in Demonfall.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna make it better. So you'll one Tamari, you will get a skill revamp when you activate the second mode. And the final form's insane. You throw all the 6 balls at once. It will hit him multiple times. You can keep on throwing them rapidly, comboing them with it. It's gonna be awesome.
Nice. It's not that the skills are bad, it's that the aiming is trash.
Oh, you're gonna have instant lock on.
So basically
Yep.
aim bot.
Yeah, for some arts, the one that you have to aim, if you don't want to aim, you can just instantly lock onto them, if that's easier for you.
Alright.
Yep.
What is the blocking gonna be like? Is it gonna be universal or directional?
So it's gonna be direct. If you get hit from any side, like from behind, I am gonna have an option where you could quickly turn around blocking it. Like you're blocking from front, right? You get hit from behind, the hit will count. But if you get hit from the front, it won't count, and you will actually have a meter. Like you're clicking your screen, right? For PC, you will be clicking a button multiple times. There will be a screen like you're blocking, but you clashed with the other person. You guys will be fighting to see who will end up. Once the clash is over, whoever wins that's gonna get guard broken and stunned for 10 seconds.
Alright.
Yep. Moon breathing. When it comes to Moon against Sun, Moon will have the upper hand if it's like a Blood Knight, because I am going to be adding Blood Moons also for our demons.
Alright.
When it comes to Blood Knights, demons get 50%. Well, I was thinking about lowering it down to 10% HP, right? HP, 20% stamina, 30% damage. But the Slayers will have the advantage, because once you hit Inoue, Tuchinoe, you will get some good buffs also. Mizunato, you will mostly get HP buffs. Or strength buffs.
So as you rank up, you get small buffs.
Yeah, the more you rank up, the more stronger you get, the more buffs and better they're gonna be. It's not gonna be like Demonfall, because Demonfall really has bad ranking up system. Like, it doesn't really make sense, you know?
It does moderately.
Thing is with this one, you could kill NPCs to rank up also instead of you doing PvP to rank up. Or you could do quests. There's 3 ways to rank up. Quest, killing NPCs, or killing upper moons. Like if you're Hinoue, you wanna rank up Hinoue, kill an upper moon.
Alright.
If you're like lower levels trying to get to Hinoue or Hinoue, those will be harder, but you have to do more quests. Crow Quest will give you like for my game it was like 100, but the more you rank up, the more the XP is gonna grow.
Alright.
I was gonna add 2 times XP. For 20 minutes, it's gonna be 100 Robux.
Okay, so how is XP gonna work? Is it gonna be like a Demonfall where, when you get an XP, like a double XP, do you receive double XP, or is it like Demonfall where it cuts your XP bar in half?
It perceives it. It will get you're like if you buy the 2 times XP game pass and there's the event going on, it will stack on top.
Okay, so let's say you have a double XP and then you get another double XP from an event. You would get 4
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, and that's how it's gonna be. It's not gonna be like Demonfall shit system where like you buy 2 times XP, the event goes on, it doesn't stack. It'll be the same. But for hours, it's gonna stack.
Wait.
We're gonna have different times. If you want to buy for 24 hours, that'll be 400 Robux for 24 hours. I don't care about the funds a lot. I just care about people having fun, playing newer games. Like, games that are better than games that are, like, games are good, right? Like Demon Slayer games. Thing is with mine, I'm trying to have it
Most.
like good. Like you will enjoy this experience more than every other game you play. Like you will actually enjoy it.
So you're trying to like just go for fun here.
Yeah, not for fun. Now, if I am gonna make a game for fun, I'm gonna make it very enjoyable, very fun. The most expensive Game Pass I was thinking about having it is for 1,000 Robux.
So it's not going to be overly wildly expensive in most of the Game Passes then.
Yeah, they're gonna be like 500 Robux, 400, 300, 200, 100. It's not gonna be like Demonfall or Project Slayer. Slayers, because if we're being honest, Project Slayer's Game Passes are dog.
Oh yeah, he's not even trying to hide. Like the developers there are trying to milk you with their Game Passes and Project Slayers, and most of them are so bad. Like pay to see where Muzan's location is. Like what is that? What is that type of Game
I,
Pass? Why is his location even changing? He should have a set position for like
I
quests
know.
and stuff like that.
The thing is, what horrible about it is like yeah, I am gonna have like set spawn point automatically. Like you can say wherever. For me, I'm gonna have towns that are gonna be close to each other, but not too close. For like a few, it's gonna take like a few minutes to get there. They're
I'm
gonna have
assuming you're gonna
hotels.
add like a what do you
I'm
call it?
gonna add
Fast
yeah, I'm gonna add fast
TP
travel
thing.
also.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
fast
adding
travel. That's what it
fast
is.
travel. I'm adding that, and I'm adding hotels where it's night. You could sleep. You will be resting. You can hop off the game. When you're resting, it will save your progress.
All right.
Yep. And if you have a mission, the mission will be very nice. It is gonna lead you the way, but sometimes you will encounter a few demons, and it will also count for the quest. The more demons you kill on a quest, the more XP it will give you.
All right. That makes sense.
So it's
Like you
technically
do more work, you get more XP.
yeah, the more work and the more quests you do, the more XP and the more money you're gonna get. And I'm adding custom weapons. I'm adding scythes for demons along with claws. For slayers, I'm doing it like Guillaume. You could have love breathing, have Guillaume's weapons or Uzui's dual swords. Like every breathing, you could use whatever weapon you want. It
That's cool.
won't change.
I'm gonna add some breathings in mine, or elements, I should say, that have specific weapons for them. For example, if you get sand, you're gonna get the bow staff that comes with sand. But for the most part, most will allow you to mix and match with the weapons you want.
Let me go get my other planner for my breathing and art updates.
All right. All right. Let's think here. Once again, like I said, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I know I haven't uploaded much, and I'm wondering if the content though is like a little too loud, like the game. Let me see if I can turn it. Now it's at the lowest it goes to.
Yeah, when it comes to our volume level, it's gonna be like you're trying to keep it low. You set the volume all the way. It's gonna be like quiet.
Yeah, Demonfall
Like
is really loud. Like I have my PC volume on 50, and then the Demonfall like actual Roblox thing on 1, and I still hear a lot.
yeah, like you have your PC volume on 50. You set the game volume to 1. It will sound as quiet as a mouse.
So you're gonna have a custom in-game sound system, I'm assuming.
Yes, you're gonna set it to whatever sound you want. Like you have your volume at 100, you have in-game sound to like 1. You will hear it, but it won't be as loud. Like it'll be very little.
That's good then. Like I said, that's the thing I don't like with Demonfall. Like, I'm recording and then I have it on as quiet as I can really get it, and it's still blasting my ears.
Yeah, that's a damn good Demonfall. Now, if we talk about comboing, for arrow combos, I was thinking about like you M1 it. You could legit just pop out attacks, swing them around. One of the moves is actually gonna be where you hit it. You're gonna control the arrow where you want it to go.
That's cool. Is it
Yep.
this thing gonna be like for Blood Demon Arts? They use stamina, and then for breathing styles they use a breath bar. Is it gonna both be stamina? Do they both have their own custom bars? How's it gonna be? Or is
They're
it
gonna
no
have their
bars
own
at all?
custom bar.
Alright, so both of them. So like it's not gonna be like in Demonfall, we're using a Blood Demon Art cost stamina.
Yeah, it will cost stamina, but it won't cost as much. It's mostly
So
gonna
it'd
go
be
based on your demon bar.
okay.
So
So
what demon
mostly
bar
on like
does?
a specific bar.
Yeah. So what demon bar does is it's your own art stamina. Like it's gonna be tracking the cooldowns along with how many times you used it. If your demon bar goes down, you will be using the move still, because they won't be as strong.
Okay.
And they will
That's an
cut off
interesting concept.
frequently. Slayers, you're gonna have your breathing bars. When you hit level like your max breathing bar, you're gonna get constant breathing. So you breathe once, your bar will go up quickly.
Yeah, I feel like constant breathing is a must-have to have in like Demon Slayer games.
Yeah,
It's one of
it's
the more.
always it's what. Yeah. No, I took something from Demon Farm and Project Slayers I mixed it with. It's gonna be the climbing system. So you know how you had to click a wall, right?
Mhm.
This one, it'll give you two options. You could jump from wall to wall, or you could also climb it. You're gonna have two options.
So you can like mix and match then, or is it just choose one?
You can mix and match them if you want.
I'm assuming this would be useful like if you're going up one single wall, you're probably gonna want to climb. But if you're going through
Yeah.
two walls, you're gonna want to jump. I'm assuming something like that.
Yeah, so you're gonna have the option to, like, one wall, you could climb it. There's two walls, you could double jump from wall to wall, or you could climb one wall.
Is it gonna
But
be
if it
like
gets,
Project Slayers where you can't climb some walls like just for no reason, or is it made Demonfall where you can like climb everything?
you're gonna be able to climb everything. Like, the wall gets blocked off in front of you, there's gonna be an option where you hold on to the top of what you're climbing on. You will have to hold on to tight. You will be clicking a series of buttons to slowly start climbing up. Like, bottom of it, heading up.
Okay.
You mess up, you will slip off, but you click another button right, you will regain your grip. Now let me open up my Demon Slayer Re-Engard Planner. The next demon art I'm working on is Muzan's.
Alright.
With Muzan's art,
Do you have a Discord server for this?
I do.
Why don't you send me an invite then so I can see some of the other stuff?
Two demon Discord servers. Let me find. I can't keep track of my servers because I have over 100 of them.
Jesus. Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
that's
put a
how.
lot of my non-use ones in like random categories and close it off.
Yeah, that's what I do. I have like 7 folders of Demon Slayer games.
Damn.
Where the hell is it? I do not want to dare bother opening up my folders, then watching my PC start to crash. Where the hell is it? I was thinking about closing down the Discord server because it's really been lagging a lot. I was gonna remake it though. Some of my devs are quitting because they're really starting to get impatient with how the game's going. I told them that being impatient is actually a bad thing, because if you rush a project, it will end up turning bad.
Yeah, of course, you gotta take your time with those things.
If you want another sneak, you can show them. Here's a sneak for the sword the pumpkin boss will drop. I caught it from Crimson Death, or due to the case, it's Crimson Red with black. Or give me your name and designs for it, but here it is.
Alright.
I cannot find the Discord server for some reason. I just have too much. I might have to start organizing my server. Here's the sword. This is my personal favorite. My friend said it looks like one of the Naruto Sharingans or something like that, just by the handle. But tell me your opinion on it.
That's a cool design, look at that. I think it looks
Yeah,
nice, personally. I don't know, I
let's
don't
see it
watch
though.
Naruto, so I don't know.
Yeah, I told him it's one of the sword grips. That's one out of the 5 swords you're gonna get from the pumpkin boss. Take that to note. This is personally might be one of the favorite ones I've seen so far. Let me find it. My devs showed me a sword that I could use. Also, admins will begin their own specs. Like their custom
Yeah, I would
weapons.
expect so.
Yeah, admins are going to begin their custom weapons.
What's the max health gonna be?
The max health for demons is going to be, if you get all skills, it's going to go up to HP 6. So it's going to be 300 HP if you're insanely strong. And some clans will give some HP buffs. But if
So
you're like up
300 is HP, really.
300 is going to be the max for upper moons. 200, no, I was thinking about like 200's gonna be for lower moons, like lower ranks. Then the max HP is actually gonna be 150 for humans. If you train, you could eventually bring it up to 200.
So I'm assuming damage from like swords and skills is gonna be more on the lower side. For example, like a sword hit will do like maybe 6 damage.
It would, sword hit is gonna do 8 damage each
8, that's
hit.
gonna melt with combos.
Each some skills will do 20 damage, 30 damage. It's actually gonna be pretty strong.
So
The
I'm
more
assuming
upper,
fights are gonna be short in PvP. You get one. Is it
some
gonna
of
be like
them,
one-shot combos?
no, some of them are gonna have their own one shot, but most of them aren't.
Okay, I would
I
assume
don't
so.
want yeah, because I don't want the game to be horrible with the one shot combos. I want it to be fun.
Yeah, not just oh you do this one combo and you win.
Yeah, not gonna be like Demonfall, where you just one shot combo.
Yeah, talk about stone one-shot combos.
Dude, Sun will maybe have one shot combos because it's more on the stronger side. So you know how Demonfall messed up. So you know Summer Burning Bones, right?
Yeah,
How
I know
that
that
one,
skill.
like the way that one looks, like you're going to dash up, do like a circle, right? Instead, for that one, you just sit there in a circle.
I don't like something with Demonfall, like, where if you use a piercing skill, it doesn't fully, like, actually pierce through, you know?
With the thing is that the piercing system, I'm gonna have it pierce fully through.
Like, I mean, when Demonfall, let's say they use a skill that pierces, they'll just pierce it and do the damage, but afterwards, their guard is still up.
Yeah. If we
Which is a bit annoying. It's like, I'm supposed to pierce, so why are they still blocking after the skill?
Yeah. Now, this is gonna be my favorite thing to do. I'm gonna actually, so you know how Demonfall messed up with the R, right? Like, Summer Bony, Clear Blue Sky, you don't even, like, do the circle, right? You just do a fire wheel.
You do a little circle, but super fast.
The way I'm gonna have is, like, you rather jump up or you do, like, you dash up, hitting the opponent into the air multiple times. Then when you come crashing down, your sword will hit the opponent, slowly slice through, and do the actual circle. And that circle will slowly, crash the opponent into the ground.
Are you gonna be doing a lot of air combos?
If we're talking about air comboing, Akaza.
Yeah.
Akaza's gonna be one of the good ones. Saunas. Insect, of course. Insects always mainly used. Thunder breathing. Okay, for thunder breathing, you could use 8-fold, 6-fold. If you're skilled,
Oh, wait, on the topic of thunder breathing, is there gonna be two types like Zenitsu's form and then the other form where it's like the other skills, or just gonna be like just one?
it's gonna be like two forms. Like if you want to instead, you're like don't want to use 6-fold, 8-fold. You could use the normal thunder modes, a thunder flash and clap. If you want to go accurately, what you could use is you could switch to 8-fold. You could use 8-fold, 6-fold, all those. So it's quite two modes.
So like two modes, and not just two different like styles. Like you train Kaigaku's, you train Zenitsu's. It's just you train one style and you kind of go from there.
Yeah, like you could learn every move along with every 8-fold.
All right.
Also, here's the sneak of the hammer. Like if you kill the boss and you get the drop, you're gonna get this hammer with it. Here you go. This is a hammer shoe. Actually, I love the hammer shoe. Just the way it looked is just amazing. Let me send it. Say hello to the Jacko hammer. Also, this is gonna be so you know Lore Moon 2, right? The old one, the shadow dude.
Yeah, that was like Demonfall's Lower Moon 2. That's I'm pretty sure Lower Moon 2 was Rokuro, but she had like a more of a black thing.
Yes, so if we're gonna be accurate, Lore Moon 2 for our game, it's gonna be a bit accurate. So when Goku actually fought Lower Moon 2, that which was the Shadow Demon, and he had a gun on him, and that's gonna be the exact same gun. Yeah, Hera was the original Moon 2.
Yeah, and then there's Rokuro.
So look at what I sent you, the Jacko hammer with. That's gonna be not only one of the best.
Crashed.
That's sad.
I literally just got into a combo too. That sucks.
At least the podcast is going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut it real quick because the recording ended.
The phase we're in is phase 1. That's when the game's actually gonna start being open for testing.
So you're not gonna be working on any of those until like really late into the game.
Yeah, so once we're done with testing, like once we release testing, that's when phase 1 comes into act.
Okay.
And once it hits phase 10 is like gonna be the last. We're gonna add. I'm gonna be working on a second one once the game finishes. It's gonna be called A Slayer's Fate 2.
So another Demon Slayer game.
Yeah, so it's gonna be the continuation. Or I was gonna keep it with phase. I was actually gonna add 30 phases to it.
30.
Yep, because we're gonna be adding a lot of community stuff, a lot of updates, a lot of things me and my devs work on, a lot of non-canon canon stuff. And you will have the option yourself. If you get the Hashira rank, you could do whatever you want as Hashira. But when it comes to Yorichi, Muzan, DTK, you have a lot of abilities to do. So you have some breathing, right? If you get the Yorichi spec with some breathing on Yorichi spec will actually give you a speed buff. So some specs will have OP buffs. Muzan, Yorichi, and Demon King Counter spec. They will have one of the most broken things. They'll have lots of HP, stamina, they'll have huge damage attacks, and a lot more.
Alright, expect it from Sun, of course.
Yeah, of course. Moon breathing is the same thing. Bit Moonbreathing, the moon spec is gonna have a downside though. The second form,
Student
once you activate
combos,
the
what a
second
loser.
form, once you activate the you know, with how Kokoshiba went that monster form, you will, if you have Kokoshiba spec, that's gonna be downside because if you activate that form, you are gonna get lots of HP, but still you're gonna be depleting.
Oh, I see
And you
you.
could only, so you could only use that form on your low HP. Same thing with Slayer Mark. Your low Slayer Mark, Red Natron kicks in at any time you want it. And they will have a cooldown.
Alright. So, for like Slayer Mark, is it gonna be a Demonfall where the cooldown is massive and it lasts for a little bit, or is it gonna be something that you can have on like most of the time, for example?
Of the time you'll have it on.
Okay.
And if big YouTubers try to make it, I will make spec of that YouTuber also. You're gonna get your own spec, of course.
That's the hard part though, choosing what to do for it.
I could make you your own cape with the dragon on it, or a Haori with the dragon on it. It's gonna be like a black mixed with gray mixed with red.
That's cool.
My spec is legit. It's the cape. The Haori is blood red with a phoenix on it.
Alright. So it's gonna be like
Yep.
pertaining to your breathing style.
Yeah. Or if you don't want the Haori to be same as breathing style, you could have your custom Haoris.
Is it like a similar inventory style as like Demonfall, for example?
Inventory style, the inventory capacity, you could hold up to as many as you can. Thing is, what I am gonna add is if the more things you have on you, the more heavy they are, the more slower it's gonna be. The less things, the more faster, and the not so slow you're gonna be.
Alright.
This podcast has been going on for a while now. And I current respect to Frozone. One day, so I told you.
Yeah, he quit.
Right? And that's the thing, I'm wondering why right now. I'm pretty sure he's dealing with school stuff and family stuff, so it makes sense. I pay respect to him.
It's highly probable.
Of course, I'm not gonna be like Aerox once I start getting lots of funds. I'm not. Of course, I'm gonna be worrying about family, but not only I'm gonna be worrying about family, I'm gonna be worrying about the game also.
Of course. With that much
I'm not
work
gonna
you
be
put
like.
into it.
I'm not gonna be like him. I just come once a year just to update the game. I'm gonna be updating it every month. Right now, I'm updating it every Friday. But once I start dealing with family, I'll be updating it every month or every 2 weeks on a Friday. It's gonna be big updates.
Alright, so you're gonna try to like update weekly, I'm assuming then, right?
Yeah, weekly updates. And one of the Phoenix skills is actually called 8-pound Phoenix slash 8-pound. That one's a custom move my friend told me about.
Alright, nice. Tons of like
What
Phoenix
it does.
slashes.
Yep. So what you do, your sword, you lift your sword up. It looks like a feather of a phoenix once your sword starts to lift. Your sword will be so heavy. Once it's the opponent, it will send them straight backwards, like flying into a tree or into the ground.
Alright, nice.
The game is gonna be supported for mobile, but if your phone can't handle it, I recommend putting your graphics down to 0 or at 1.
Is
Because
it
of how
gonna be
heavy.
like... Wait, is it gonna be like first released on PC and then moved to mobile, or are both released at the same time?
Planning on both releasing it at the same time.
Do you have any work done for mobile yet or no?
I actually do.
Nice.
I have the whole UI done, along with the attacks, like how the display is gonna be.
You got a lot done, man.
Yep. And I'm currently working with 120 people right now.
120, Jesus. It's a
Yep.
big team.
Yep. 30 developers, but with a little community, even though it's little, I still gain support from them, and that support helps me grow out my game more and more.
Of course. 120 is a lot of people.
And half of them are my developers, and if my developers decide to help you with your game's gonna be booming.
I'd hope so, right?
Yep. My game started out very little. I didn't know where to start. Like I was struggling with lots of things. So when I hired my first 10 developers, they didn't charge me much. They only charged me 500 Robux each.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yep, and with how much money I'm getting, I'm already $1,000 into funds.
You've already made 1,000 from the game?
Yep, from of how much I've been getting paid for test right now. But that money's going back to the people and put into the game more and more because I'm hiring more developers as the day goes on.
Yeah, of course, more people to help. Faster development goes, faster you can get the game out.
And the member goal right now is 500.
That's a nice count, honestly. Not too crazy wild expectations, but still a good community to work with.
Yep. 75 people online, 3 Hashiras online, 3 lore team online, 7 developers online, 3 lead developers online, and of course 1 leader online, which is me because I'm the leader of the project.
Good stuff.
Yep. And yep. And if the game does end up booming big, I'm gonna tell my people to go subscribe to you, to help out your channel.
Thank you.
So you know,
Especially
so
as
you
I
can
try to get some content out now.
so you can get the golden play button, silver, diamond. I'm gonna start helping you once the game starts booming.
I don't know about that. Those play buttons.
Trust me, dude.
100,000. It's a lot of people.
I will. Yep, my game. My friend said he could get me 2,000 people to support my game, but I told him for him to wait. Like I want to gain people when I'm working on it. Like once,
You want to
not when
have
it's done.
like, actually up,
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna do a last match here, and then I'll probably stop the recording.
Yeah.
It's already probably been an hour plus of recording material.
It
Don't want to
has.
get it too excessive. It's gonna take a while to render in DaVinci.
Yep. And this is gonna be fun for partnership creators. They're gonna have a special commands. They could do commands because they're content creators. For you, I'm gonna make you a huge command panel where you can do whatever. You're gonna have upper expectations than Evans do.
That's a lot. It'd be good for making content, though, I could imagine.
Yeah.
Like, you can have access to some commands. You can like summoning a demon, for example. Make it a lot easier than trying to find one manually.
Yep. And this is gonna be one of the most hardest things. Well, I already completed. Thing is, me remaking this is gonna be pain.
Alright.
That's gonna be.
Here. I'll put some of these screenshots in. Oh, that's a really cool weapon.
That's gonna be the trident that I'm gonna use for you. You're only gonna have access to it.
That's sick. That's really cool. Look at that. Wow.
So when you bring it up into the air, thunder will strike it. You're gonna have 3 moves. You're gonna have thunder, ground, smash. So you stab the trident in the ground. Lightning is gonna go through the ground, shocking every demon nearby.
So I'm assuming that's like a weapon skill, not a breathing style, of course.
Yeah, it's gonna be a weapon skill that you're only gonna have. So.
That's sick. Here, let me end the recording. Thank you all for watching. Very long recording. If you managed to even make it to the end, which is phenomenal if you did. I mean, take an hour out your day plus to watch this. Thank you. Hope you enjoy, the talk here. Lots of information. The game sounds and really looks like it's got good expectations for it. If I get a Discord server link eventually in the future, I'll be sure to link it. Thank you all for watching, and have a great rest of your day or night.
It's actually going to be two-handed. Or we're gonna have small miniguns where you just grab it and you can just shoot it with one hand.
So how would that block work if he's like two-handed with the minigun or just holding the shotgun?
When you're holding the shotgun, sense of how small it is, it could be one-handed. We're thinking about adding a short one-handed minigun. Which
Alright.
each bullet, when the bullet hits, it's gonna do like a shadow, like it's gonna stun you. That's if the bullet hits.
Okay.
And if it does, you will be stuck, but you can still do your moves no matter what, you'll still be stuck in the same place over and over.
Some things that like I was playing or like adding to my game is stuff like here. If I look at it up, it's called rings. That's something that's not element based. So are you gonna add some things that are like weapons that have a custom style that aren't like breathing style or demon art based, or no?
Yes, we actually are.
Oh, it's like completely like you don't get a breathing or a demon art. You just get that skill, because that's what I'm talking about.
Oh. So, if you don't have a demon art, and you have like a clan, say for instance you get to without you will have the skill. Thing is, you will need to get water breathing, and they will have a lock over it.
Okay, that's a little
If you
interesting.
get water breathing, the skill will be unlocked. There will be a way for you to switch breathings through Robux. It's gonna be like a breathing potion also. So we're gonna head, or you could spend 200,000 yen. The yen's gonna be easy to get though. The max cap is 600,000 yen.
Okay, that's a good amount though.
Yeah. Yep. And we're going. So you know how stun breathing with the HP like how quick it drops, right?
Mhm.
If you get stun breathing without Kaleido, your HP will drop, but it won't drop as quick.
All right.
So it's gonna be a fun game. Moon breathing.
Sounds like
moon
it.
breathing. Yeah, moon breathing is definitely gonna be a thing. We're going to hungry with that. Moon breathing is probably gonna be the most hardest one, considering the fact that we're gonna have both yellow and purple. Yep, but if I'm gonna be honest, my custom breathing I made is actually called I made it. It's called Phoenix breathing.
Oh, I have a Phoenix type.
Yep, and the final form on this Phoenix breathing is insane. It's called Crimson Sun Dance of the Phoenix Gods. And it's
What's like the damage on it then? Like, how does it work?
So how does it work? You will start off, like, you'll stay still. Once the enemy gets in range, you will dash up to it. You will legit kick him up in the air. You will legit start air comboing the hell out of him over and over. Because that's part of the move. You'll be doing every move you have. You legit, it's like 13th
So it's
form.
kind of
Every
like
move
yeah,
you
like
have.
I was supposed to say, it's like a 13th form. This is the type
Yeah.
of this is my Phoenix that I made. So your
Yeah,
passive
so,
is obviously a damage over time. I wanted to go with something like pertaining really to Phoenix, so I decided to put Phoenix Rising, which is Phoenix revival, rising from the ashes. It's a little cool thing for mythology. So it's like a little
yeah.
revival. You can quickly get up like a Nagatsuma, except you don't fall back down.
Yeah. That's actually a good thing. Because I have a Phoenix move called Phoenix Pull. You will stand, but a huge circle will surround you and your teammates, slowly healing you. So we call it Phoenix Pull because it's like a pull of a circle.
That's cool.
Yep, and continuing back to the final form. You will start air comboing with every move you have. Once you did every move, your sword will be like, it will turn bright orange. And the Phoenix will slowly start to show on it. You start swinging your sword so much, the Phoenix actually gets on your blade. Once you do the slash will send him down to the ground, making him crash into it. you will crash down onto him. You will legit slice your enemies, and the sword will go through the ground. But it also has a chance of breaking, and also a chance of killing you with it, with the move and the opponent.
Cool. It's kind of similar in a way to Kamikaze, I guess, which is another skill I have for Phoenix. You charge at the unit and you do like 80 damage to yourself. But I mean 80 damage to the enemy if you hit it, of course, but 30 to yourself.
Yeah, so you have most of it. I was getting paid like what, $50 per hour for how much work I was doing. So far, half the game's complete. I completed every art icon, breathing icon. The game isn't set to release for the next 1 to 4 months.
So you do a lot of modeling stuff. It looks like you're like a developer.
Yeah, I am a developer. Yep.
It's cool.
Yep. My thing to hire me is open right now. Currently, you can pay me whatever price you want. It really doesn't matter. I just want to make games grow big, you know.
So you're doing it mostly for the fun of it.
Yeah, I'm doing it for the fun of it. Thing is, these people decided to pay me because I was putting in more work than every other developer. So instead of me paying 12 grand for that Demon King Conjurer spec, I was gonna say it for sure, but no. They lowered it to $400, and I'm currently owner of that spec. And when the game comes out, I want to let you use my account to make a video on it. It's like one of the most broken specs in the game. Here's why. Immunity to sun, like you to burn it off. Infinite speed, like you're faster than anything. Lots of HP, possibly could go down, but the health bar is too big. To a point where it just covers up like the whole bottom half of the screen. You can't even see your moves or stamina. Stamina?
Wow.
Like 12,000 stamina.
So wait, is it stronger than Yorichi then? Because it sounds like it is at this point.
It is stronger than Yorichi.
Wow.
Now, yep, because Demon King Tanjiro is immortal at this point. If you get to that, well, this is manga spoilers.
No, I read the manga.
Yeah, same. He's like immortal at this point, like just plain immortal. If the Hashira weren't fast enough, just imagine what he would do to them. He would just kill them all easily.
I mean, yeah, he basically became Muzan post Sun immunity, which made him practically invincible. Since Muzan couldn't die from decapitation, same as like Kokushibo, Okaza, Goma, you know. The only way you could really kill him would maybe be like Shinobu's poisoning, for example, something like that. But even then, it's questionable, and you would need such an excessive amount. It wouldn't be practical.
Now, if Shinobu were to make a potion to kill like Muzan, and if like it'll be mixed with Wisteria or poison, it'll be mixed with a lot of other things. Just imagine how the effect would have on Demon King Tanjiro if she made one of those. I'm pretty sure it would slow him down. Not only that, but weaken him by a lot.
Yeah, maybe temporarily. Like I said, there's no real way to know.
Yeah, but if we had to put Yorichi up against him, like we wouldn't know the outcome because they're both really fast, both really strong. If they were to find the sun, that would be.
Like, I mean, personally, I think Yorichi might be stronger than DKT. That's my opinion. You know, everyone has different thoughts.
Yeah. So, thing is with Yorichi for this game, it's legit OP also. It's up there with Demon King Tanjiro. Lots of HP and stamina. It does beat DTK Demon King Tanjiro in fighting combat though.
So what's the game's name called again?
It's gonna be called Slayer's Tale.
Alright. I'll definitely take a look into it once y'all do some testing, if I can get access to that.
I'm gonna give you access, my friend. I'm gonna give you access along with access to some of the specs.
That sounds fun. Definitely make some content again on that. You know,
yeah.
Because Demonfall got boring out with a lot of people, and there's not much else you can really do in it. New game would have new content to really make. Especially with specs, you can like really, like for example, look at how R-Addicts absolutely milk the Yorichi spec.
I know. If we think the only spec for Demonfall is Yorichi, like no Kokoshibo, no other spec but Yorichi. Like what's up with that?
I guess you didn't feel like really adding anymore.
Nope. Now with
Also,
this
because I
game,
remember he paid the money for like the $500.
now again, this game, we give away specs. You have a good chance of getting it, or if you reach a certain level, like level 45 in the server, you will get to choose a spec. You boost the server like 5 times, we will give you random spec, 2 times randomized. If you boost the server 30 times, you get to choose whatever spec. It could be one of the OP ones, the weak ones, the good ones. YouTubers YouTubers will get a special access to the game once it's in testing, and they will get access to some of the specs of their choice.
That's fun.
Yeah, and I
Now,
mostly
what I
worked on.
think personally, like, you know how I have the Elementation game? It's not really being made right now, but more so just concept. For
Yeah.
when I do get to working on some of the publishing, like actually making it, I'm making specs, not paid. You don't pay to get a spec. Like, this is what my belief is. I've said this in other videos before. In my opinion, you earn it. If you become the best with your thing, you can choose. For example, let's say you become the best with Alpha 1's, whatever it's called, Element. And you end up ranking up, you can get the spec, but then people can challenge you for it, so there's only one of a kind, like one of its kind, that can be changed. So if you're skilled and you can hold on to it, I mean, you got the spec. So it requires you to
Yeah,
be active as well to keep it.
yeah, that's the thing with this game also. That's like what we're also trying to do. Like, you become Kinoe, you will have a chance. Like, of course, we're gonna have people already have like half the Hashira specs. Like, you become a two to go. Once that Hashira dies out fully, you will be taking their place. Unless they retire, you'll be taking their place as Hashira. You could earn up to Grinder, you could challenge it, you could be their student, get trained under them, become stronger. Then once they retire, you could take their spot.
I see. So what about the people that have been paid for that spec? You know, they just lose it after.
No, they get to keep it for a good amount of time, but it's up to them if they want to retire. They will still have access. Thing is, once their spec, like, they get retired, their spec will get transferred. They will still have their moves, all of them. Thing is, they'll become weakened because, like, they retired. But if they want that, if it's their choice not to give it away, they'll keep it. The student will still be the two to go.
Hmm.
So it's going
So there's
based
no
off
way
the
for the
actual.
Sugoku to like actually rank up despite trying.
There's no possible way unless the owner of the spec decides to give it to them.
Oh, okay.
So you could fight for it, you could get it, you could be a two to go and possibly have a chance for the original Hashira to give you their spot.
So would a Sugoku have like a baby spec or no?
It's technically a baby spec. Like
Okay,
you
so like it would
become,
maybe have like very slight buffs then.
yeah, we have various type buffs. Just like if you become a spec of Rengoku, you will have access to ninth form, but it will be like a weaker version. But you will have to start mastering it, like start using it more and mastering it, but it won't be as OP as the clan version.
So would they then have two Rengokus? Let's say you had the clan version and they had the Rengoku version. Would they have two Rengokus then?
No, they would have the clan version, the buff, the stronger one.
Okay.
Since yeah, so but if you're not Rengoku and you become the Flame Two to go, you will get it, but you have to train it out and make it go stronger on your own just by training and using it. The more you
Okay.
fight with it, the more your progression comes out.
Okay, so you have to like use moves to make them better. How do you get
Yeah,
moves?
moves. It won't be by level. It will be by skill tree. It will
Okay, so
have its
skill
own
tree.
custom skill tree. Mist. What we're planning on doing it. We're having it shaped out in a mist cloud. With water, we're having it. So based on the Slayer marks of each Slayer, like every breathing, that's gonna be the skill tree.
That's cool.
Yep.
That's a cool way
And
to organize them.
and the way to get Slayer mark and Red Nichiren, you could get it from Komodo also, or you fight one of the upper moons and you have a 20 or 30% chance of getting Red Nichiren or Slayer mark during that fight.
Alright. So are those fights then repeatable then, I'm assuming, for grinding?
They're repeatable because we're gonna add Hashira NPCs along with the specs, along with Upper Moon NPCs with the specs.
So these NPCs, are they like in quests or missions, or are they just casually in the overworld, kind of like as Zenitsu?
It's gonna be like it will be a mission also, or it could be like a quest or a part of the storyline also because we're gonna have story.
So would there be two then?
You will have, well, I can't say there'll be two, but you'll have multiple ways of getting red Nitro and experiments. You have multiple ways, and they're all repeatable.
Alright.
So your chances of getting both of them are high. Or you could just win it from a giveaway. When it comes to Hashira's player marks, they're gonna be OP. But when it comes to you getting it normally, of course it's gonna be hard. You're gonna have to master it also. You could get it through Rage. Of course you have a Rage meter once you get it, but it's gonna be very harder when you get it. Definitely. But once you use it, you will start to lose HP when you're in it, but not as much. You'll lose like 1 tick a second.
Okay.
Like 1.5 HP, like every second. When it comes to Nichiren, it will have the same effect, but no HP loss.
Okay. So Slayer Mark has HP loss, but Red Nichiren doesn't.
No, they both come with buffs. Slayer Mark comes with speed buff, and HP buff, and strength buff. Same thing with Red Nichiren, but it comes with sword buff. Of course, you're gonna have a sword mastery. And once you get it to 100, okay, so the sword mastery way for Nichiren, you could get it through mastering your sword. If you get it to 200, you will get automatically Red Nichiren. 100, you will get it, but it will be like a 1 minute thing.
Okay. So it's kind
Yep,
of like with
but
Stereo, where you rank up your weapon, like your sword.
yeah, so it's like that. But you don't train to get moves. You'll have them all in a skill tree. You could use your points on them also.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing a skill tree, or thinking of doing custom quests for each skill. Quests would take a while, but it'd be cooler.
Yeah, I was
But
thinking about having
skill trees,
quest
like,
also.
obviously easier. Damn, that does a lot of damage.
Yep, but the quest we're gonna have to get the first water crest. You gotta move like break the bolt, like move like the boulder 2 times. For 10th form, you would have to break the boulder, that which is you gaining access to every NPC trainer will have a quest for you to get into final selection also.
Okay.
So
So
it's
you got
gonna
to
be like
do, you got to get a breathing first to do final selection.
yeah, you gotta get a breathing first. You have to have 3 skills or more, or get recommended by one of your trainers.
How would you get recommended?
Recommended is showing good training, like you training a lot. You could be offline, then if you get up, like grind, it'll save your progress when the training comes. Like you could train a lot, and it will have a chance that your owner will recommend you, like your trainer.
Okay.
Or you could get it through just training a lot, and when the day comes, like you could get through when final selection happens, recommendation, or just doing the last quest.
How many skills are you planning to add? Is it going to be all of the skills per breathing, or just a couple like Demonfall?
All the skills.
Nice, I love to see that.
It's gonna be
So much
based
better to
off.
have all the skills.
It's gonna be based off the anime also. So we're gonna have all water, serpent, mist, love, stone,
Yeah,
wind.
yeah.
Yeah, we're
So
gonna
are you
have
gonna make it so that some breathing scale, for example, strong, sun is blatantly stronger,
sun
or is it
is
gonna be
gonna.
that they're all like equal?
Okay, so some of them are gonna be stronger than others, but when it comes to specs and sun breathing is gonna be the strongest breathing up there with moon. You could
Okay.
only get it through Komodo also.
Are you gonna have any extra like breathings, like special ones that the server makes, or just strictly demon or demon slayer? I mean, breathings.
You could get it without like it's gonna be based off Demon Surf. Like you would have to do the training. Like if you want to get water breathing, you would have to do a certain skill to actually get the breathing, like a certain quest. That quest is to break the, like, pull the boulder or break it. But I was thinking about having the break in it for like the final quest for final selection.
No, I was saying like, is it gonna be only Demon Slayer breathings, or will there be extra ones that like aren't in the manga or anime?
Extra ones. I'm doing recommended breathings also.
Recommend. Okay, that's what. Same as
So
the
if you
demon
want
arts, I'm
to,
assuming.
yeah, there's gonna be lots of demon arts recommended by people and a lot of breathings.
Okay, so then the community then can vote on it from what I see to add more arts in.
Yeah, add more custom arts, and the community will even have an option to make their own art. Then I'll put that art up with the poll with many other created arts.
Alright.
If you want me to
Do.
add your own spec with own breathing, I will do it.
That'd be cool. I'll see later on then.
I mean, I could start working on it for you now.
Alright, I mean, that's if you're offering to, I'll definitely take you up on that. Here,
Then
I'll
do
see,
it.
because I'll maybe pick one that's from the Elementation, you know?
Yeah, Elementation. Yeah, we could do that. I was thinking about, like, since the game will have collaborations with other games. So, like, if we collab with your game when both of them are fully finished, we will add, like, Leviathan. We'll have its custom breathing and art.
Oh hell no! Look at this. I mean, I definitely would think a collab would be cool, but there's like nothing developed in the game right now. It's all just concept. I'm still learning. I'm practicing in Blender and learning some scripting. I'm trying to do some learning. You know, looking through the Roblox dev forum and stuff like that, and just working with some other scripts.
Yeah, and if not, I could talk to my dev team about them not only helping out my game, but also them helping out develop your game also.
That'd be cool.
Yep, so I'll talk to them. If they want to help out with your game, I will update you on that. Then we'll get the game in development.
The
It's
thing
gonna
is,
be
like, with
freaking.
my game, I also want to be working on it. Like, I don't want to just have a team work on it completely for me. I want to have some of the, the satisfaction of knowing I made that, you know? So,
Yeah,
it is a little bit of me just being, like, wanting to make the game myself.
yeah, but
But
even
having
if
a dev team would be super, super useful.
yeah, even though if my team makes the whole thing, we're still gonna give you credits for helping out. We're gonna give you credits for you owning the game and you helping out with modeling, scripting, and all that.
Yeah, I mean, it took me a while to make all the concept here.
Yeah, and even though I don't own this game, I'm co-owner of it. And once the owner retires, because he's gonna retire and give up on it soon, so he said I could have the game as a speaking of Zertucker right now. So it's
Oh,
technically my game, and I'm working on it with other people.
nice, man.
Yep, and currently it's going good right now. Like, we have half it complete. We're currently working on moon breathing.
How was your moon breathing? Oh yeah, I mean you're doing it same as how many like? Cause I know moon it has like kind of two parts. There's like the yellow part and then there's like the purple part. So are you
We're
gonna
gonna
make it so that you doing the full thing? Cause there's like 26 things on moon.
we're gonna do the whole thing. We're doing both yellow and purple. So it's gonna be your option. If you get moon, you'll have an option to choose the yellow or purple with all
So you
moves.
choose one or the other then.
Yeah, it's your option. You could choose one or the other, and we're adding every single move. We're making it exactly like the manga, with all
I'm
moves and
assuming
all parts.
that the purple one is stronger since that's when the Kokoshibo starts going crazy. He whips that out.
Yeah, it's gonna be the stronger one, but the yellow one is still gonna be matching up with it.
And I'm assuming the spec here is gonna have both. For like
It's gonna
Kokoshibo,
have
it'll have both.
both of them mixed together.
Okay, so not all of the skills, but like some of the stronger ones from both sides mixed together.
Yeah, they're gonna be mixed. It's gonna be like a Kokochibo's go for the spec. It's gonna have both skills from both parts combined, making it even more stronger skills as we're talking about the spec.
Alright.
Same
So
thing
with
goes with
specs, like, sorry for interrupting, but like, so I know like some clans like Tomioka are gonna have Deadcom and Rengoku is gonna have Ninth Form Purgatory, But are there going to be other ones like Wind, for example, that'll have their own custom skills and specs or not?
Yes, they will. For wind breathing, we were thinking about mixing Wind Hurricane with the tunnel move. Or my devs even made a custom move called Dead Wind. It's like a huge wind hurricane. If you get caught up in it, it'll be slashing you multiple times.
That's
But
strong.
with Mist, we're having 7th form, but I was planning on adding another form called Mist Typhoon. Like,
So would that be kind of similar to Wind Typhoon?
yeah. Thing is with this one, you dash up to the opponent. Once you unsheath in the sword, you'll slash it multiple times in a circle, creating a typhoon.
That's cool. Yeah,
Love
definitely gotta be like
breathing.
differences.
Yeah, love breathing. We were thinking about adding love storm.
So
Of
yeah, so
course,
you
like
will be then adding some extra stuff in that's
yes,
not
we're
directly in the
adding.
anime.
Yeah, we're adding more skills and extra stuff.
That's always nice, not to be like offensive to any games like Demonfall that are strictly, you know, just using some skills from manga and anime, but
Yeah, like they
adding
are
your own
all.
stuff makes it different. It makes it more customized. Like this is your own game. It's not the same as others. You got your own custom stuff in it.
Yeah, like Demonfall. They're all very good games. They all have their own skills. Thing is, with my game, I'm making it with custom skills, custom arts, custom breathings from the community,
Yeah, it's
and
like
with along with
anyway.
extra skills.
This poor dude
Like
is literally having a lag attack.
if you get Tomioka spec, you will also instantly get not just dead calm, but you will get the 12th form, but a stronger version. Like, you're the water two to go. You will get both Decon and 11th form. Thing is, they'll be the weaker version.
So yeah, I would assume yeah the specs would have a stronger version of the clan skills.
Yeah, they're gonna have the stronger version of every other skill. Yeah, that's what makes our game different. We're not going just based off the manga or anime. We're going it full blast along with custom things by the community wants.
Yeah, I think definitely getting community feedback is important. For example, like I know I did the little poll here on if people wanted death. I think death is actually super cool. The one that I made in Elementation. It's still in the polls there. It's because essentially I like added some custom things that like you're not gonna see in others, like marked. Marked is a skill that is in no other element, where it's making
Yeah,
marked users receive double damage from all attacks. I mean that's really cool. My
yeah,
opinion.
that is. I made a poll for ice breathing or poison breathing. Most of it, ice breathing is winning right now. You can get ice breathing, but you will need to both have mist breathing. Like, it's gonna be for hybrid and human, but hybrid's more easier because you will both have demon art and breathing. That's
So
it.
you can get like for example two breaths then, and then try and combine it into one stronger breath.
Yeah, that's how it's gonna work. You couldn't make any type of breathing that we're gonna input in the game. Like, you're hybrid, right? You will get water breathing, and like if you get water breathing and Doma's art, you could mix those together to get ice breathing.
Oh, I see. So they take a blood demon art on hybrid, mix it with a Slayer art or a Slayer. What do you call it? Breathing style,
Breathing.
and then that mixes into one super art.
Yeah, that's how it's gonna work.
That's a cool concept. I never even thought of
And
that.
with that art or breathing you're gonna get a custom weapon with it also.
That's I have a lot of custom weapons. I think they're cool. I feel like Demonfall really lacks a lot of custom weapons. For example,
It really
Slayers
does.
literally only have the Nitrin and that's it.
Yep. If we're gonna talk
But
about
one thing I
Demon
was
Fall stuff,
thinking, well, here's one thing I was thinking about for hybrids instead of making it like here's what my idea was. Yours is super cool. I think that's a great idea. But so I like I said I didn't even think of that. So what I was thinking of was when let's say water hybrid you got your water right as a Slayer and then you go
yeah,
hybrid you would keep
yeah,
water but it would change. Now it's Blood Demon Art infused, so it changes up a little bit and becomes slightly stronger, slightly different. You know, the skills change up, but they're still relatively the same. I think that
Yeah.
was the concept that I was thinking of. That would be really manga related, but that's obviously not going on in my game. I'm not really. I don't even think I'm gonna add hybrids into my game.
Yeah, but for one of the breathings that are gonna be customers, gonna be called blood breathing. You'll get water breathing, and Nezuko's art, you'll mix it up to create blood breathing. So,
That's
so
cool.
yep. So the final form is actually gonna be called blood calm or blood dragon.
All right, nice man.
They're
So
gonna
it
be.
sounds like
It's
you
gonna
guys
be.
got a lot already done.
Yeah, we got half the game complete. Thing is, the reason it's gonna take 1 to 4 months is because we're going to do the whole map. The map we already halfway done. The map's gonna be huge.
Massive map, like bigger than Demonfall, like by how much?
It's gonna be by a lot. We're also adding huge mountains. We're adding underground cave system, and we're also adding caves inside the mountains.
All right.
So it's gonna be a pretty big game once it comes out. But that's just. I'll keep you updated, like, cause I do podcast also for our game. But
All
the
right.
game is currently going on pretty good. If my dev team decides to agree and help out with your game, we will help out with it. I will, me myself, will also help out in it. We will try to get it done by next year, probably like October, because we're pretty busy with this project also. But we will be helping out with your game a lot also.
Yeah, that'd be honestly like just honestly one of the things that would really help out is honestly since you're a developer, right? You could just help
Yeah.
teach me some of these things. I think that would be really useful, and I'd appreciate that a lot if you could
I,
guide me through.
yeah, I will help you out. I will help you.
Like
Don't
I
worry,
didn't
I
know
got.
you did that, man.
Yeah, I got my PC. Remember when I told you I got my PC when you and me would be playing Demonfall a lot?
Yes, sir. I remember
On
that
one
one.
of
That was a
those,
while ago.
on one of those days I got my PC. I didn't tell you. But that's when I started working on my project, and I got a lot done already.
So yeah, I mean, it sounds like you said you got half the game done. I can imagine. It's quite a
And
bit.
we're off. Yeah, and you want to see one of the bosses we're making right now?
Make sure you send me a screenshot or video, whatever
I'm also
you
gonna
got.
send you a screenshot of the phases we're doing. It's gonna have 3 right now.
Oh,
So
that's
we're
cool. That's one thing that I really missed. Like, I wish Demonfall, when they added the Kokushibo boss, it had different stages like in the manga. That's always been a cool concept.
yeah, that's actually gonna be happening with ours.
That's sick.
Yeah, and we're gonna have different parts. Like phase 1, that's gonna be the December update. That which is we're gonna be working on for a game right now. That which is what we're actually working on along with the Halloween update. First, we're gonna release Halloween. For the Halloween update, what we have is a Jacko boss. It's gonna be a quest also. You could get its Haori, the hammer, or the sword. The boss itself will have a pumpkin sword, well, a pumpkin hammer that it will use to fight you with.
That's cool. If you ever need like
I'm
some
gonna
concepts, then just let me know.
Yeah, and if you ever need help, like learning stuff, just come to me and I'll help you out.
Alright, thanks for that, man.
If,
I appreciate it a lot.
if you want, you could post this up so they could see the pumpkin boss I'm working on.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
see.
That's a really nice model. I'll try and put that in the video. I guess I'll stitch the two together. I accidentally cut my recording earlier, which sucks.
Yeah. But overall, the games. I already texted one of my dev team, like main leaders, because I have different dev teams. I have like scripting team, model team, art team. I have different teams for them.
So this is R6 game then.
Yeah.
Alright,
If
but
you
I
want to
prefer
see the
R16. R6, I mean, preferably. I actually, it's simpler to work with. It looks like it's an old style Roblox too. I mean, I prefer it.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're gonna be mixing a lot of things in. This is also personally from me. I made this. I really like it, honestly. The Jacko Hayori. Also, this is gonna be the phase. Like what we're gonna be adding. But if when you make a video again, if you want me to come on call with you, like discuss, I'll update you guys on the game.
Alright. Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
honestly, I could just make some videos on this.
I will send you screenshots and I will even send you videos of how our game's going, and you could just upload it as content.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. I did revamp my YouTube channel for like I'm gonna be making a lot of Roblox games. Now that my PC, like I'm be making lots of Demon Slayer, combat games, you know.
Yeah, I mean, seems like you got a good plan there with your channel.
Yep. And I have a list of multiple games I want to work on. First, once I get on with this Demon Slayer game, I'm gonna work on a hunter game. Like you're stuck in a forest, you're getting hunted. It's gonna be story also, but you're gonna have like free roam. You're stuck in the forest. There's gonna be something with you, with a group of friends. There will be a huge map also. There are gonna be abandoned crashed airplanes, boats, outposts. You could find weapons, like gun. One of the weapons we're adding is an AK, that which will be hard to find. Along with flare guns, you can signal for help. It will be hard though, due to the flares, and you're like in the middle of nowhere. Like it's a forest locked up. It's a containment site technically, and it. So here's the backstory of it. You work at a containment site, but it went wrong. Like then a few weeks later, it's like all abandoned. You're stuck in there, but you're surrounded by a huge forest. Something's there with you that broke out, killed all your teammates. You're there alone. Your main goal is to survive, get resources. You could fight the thing, kill it, leave, or you could signal for help and wait till like military